I was gonna wait to make this video, but I don't know. I don't think I can anymore at this point. So like 5 minutes ago, I was just watching, some coverage of the CNN building getting attacked, or protesters being in the area, whatever they wanted to call it. All right, and as I'm listening to the reporter, explain what's going on, you can hear fear in this man's voice. And all the protesters are doing they're just being there. I guess they're throwing stuff, but they're just being there. They're really not harming anybody. They're just making their presence known. They're just making themselves, they're there. They're letting you know that. And that's all it is. But this man has genuine fear. And then he later goes on to talk about how he would really like to get back to his wife and his kids, his family, you know what I'm saying? And that's not a bad thing. I can't fault him for that. But it made me think, like, if that's how you feel when that's going on, imagine being black and every time you see a cop, you genuinely have fear. You wonder, like, what's about to happen. Like, your life at that point is up to, I guess, the cops' whims. Like, they could choose whether or not to do whatever they wanted. That may or may not be true, but that's the fear that we have. That's what everyone has, and it's not just a fear that we have now. This is a fear that it's been going on through generations. I can tell because my mom, from ever since I was a little boy, has been telling me, watch out. Not telling me, the police are bad, stay away from them. But just watch out. Be very careful. Be careful who you're around, what you're doing, and you just have to watch out. Be careful. That's all she was saying, right? And I know that her mom was saying the same thing, or either that or she learned it. But that's not the point. The point is, I'm willing to bet if you ask anyone black that their families have been telling them all this time, watch out, right? Be careful. That's all they want. And it's unfortunate that we have to live with that fear because it shouldn't be that way. To be honest with you, I think racism is just a huge misunderstanding. And this kind of goes back to what I was saying a second ago, how my mom didn't tell me, the cops are bad, they're the enemy. No one said any of that. She said be careful because people, it doesn't matter if you're white, black, Mexican, Asian, Hispanic, it doesn't matter what you are, who you are, where you came from, just be careful. Because not everyone that's white does this. Not everyone that's white hates black people. Just like every other stereotype ever. Not everyone of that race is this. They're not what the world says they are. But it just, I don't know. It's, whenever you have things like this, the process, after all this ends, or doesn't, after, in the future, when the dust settles, the other families of different races are going to look and they're going to tell their children, look, stay away from black people. You've seen what they can do. You've seen what they're going to do. But that's not the case. It's like, it's first of all, you're glossing over the entire point of the story, which is justice. And it doesn't have to be violent, but I'm not saying not to. Do your thing. Whatever you need to get your anger out or all that, do it. All I'm saying is that we can, I don't know. It doesn't have to be violent. So look, it doesn't have to be violent, but you gotta understand that for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So you have to understand that if you kill someone innocently, what do you expect to happen? Nothing? Expect people to sit there and be peaceful? No, you just killed somebody, and it's kind of hard to contain whatever feelings that comes with it. I'm sorry, that's just what's going to happen. But look, I just want us to look past this in a little way. Just say that as I was watching that video, I was seeing you saw the protesters on one side and the cops, all they were forming lines. It was almost like a battlefield in the Civil War, right? And I'm just looking at it like, are we enemies? Is this what this country is? We're just enemies, and it was really ironic to see that everyone that was protesting, well, the majority was color, and everyone that the police mostly white. And I'm just looking at it like, this country, we're not enemies. We're all people. We live in the same country. I just don't understand why that it looked like that. I don't know. I just suggest you go check the video out for yourself. You might find it interesting. You might see a lot of things I did. Um, yeah, it's just a tough time for the world right now, and I know somebody whose world got turned upside down looking at this because it's like they don't believe that we should be enemies. They believe in all love, just everyone love each other. She doesn't see color. They don't see. They don't see. They don't see your. They don't. She doesn't have prejudice. She doesn't. She just sees everyone as a human being, and everyone should be deserved or should be treated equally. That's what we all deserve. You know what I'm saying? But apparently, that's too much like right for this world. So we're gonna have to see how this plays out. But all I'm saying is that, yeah, if anything, we should be together now more than ever. I'm not just talking about the black race, the white race, everyone. Because to be honest, I don't believe. Why do we have races? You know what I'm saying? We should just be people together. Just that's it. That's all we need to be. Um, yeah, I kind of rambled for a little bit, but that's mostly all I had to say. Uh, yeah, don't go through this world alone. That's all I want you to know.